Well, it's about that time, isn't it? Time for ACC basketball to tip off. Some teams already had some exhibition matches, but our local Big Four team, Wake Forest, is ready to roll. I spoke with Associate Athletic Director of Fan Experience, Corey Raymond, about what we can expect. And he says, in addition to some improvements at the Joel, as always, it comes back to the Tie-Dye Nation.
Return of Tie-Dye Nation with that massive game last year. We did all of the t-shirts, and our fans are really excited about basketball this year. And one of the fun things we're doing is actually for our students ahead of opening night is we're actually hosting a tie-dye your own t-shirt event on campus. So the students are really excited about that in particular. And looking ahead to opening night, I think fans are going to see some noticeable differences inside the Joel. So we did a lot of painting. All the ceilings and the walls are now painted black, and it's created more of like this theater ambiance.
So both the women's and men's basketball teams, they have a doubleheader. It's coming up this Monday. Corey says, by the way, one ticket gets you in for both games. That's a deal. But there's also a big game at First Horizon Coliseum, so formerly the Greensboro Coliseum, and that involves a Big Ten powerhouse.
Right, like it is a national brand in Michigan. We will also play another game against them in Detroit next year. And really this game is all about showcasing Wake Forest basketball to a national audience on ESPN2. One of our main goals here at Wake Forest is to add value to the Triad and the Winston-Salem area. And this game checks all of those boxes. It is a ton of fun. It is a neutral site in terms of operating and managing the game itself. But we are hosting a pregame fan event over at Steel Hands Brewing in the morning prior to the game. That game will tip off at 1 p.m. on Sunday, November the 10th.
And I think fan experience is so important because if you have your fan base, that really sets the tone of how everything will be the day of that game. So to make it a fun experience for them is a fun thing.
So they painted the ceiling, the beams, and the walls black to create like a theater look at the court itself. So the court will pop, as he said.
It kind of makes sense. I've been to some arenas before. It does seem a little too bright. You don't really want it to be bright like a hospital or something. You want it to kind of be dark and set the mood for looking at what you're supposed to.
What you're supposed to.
And the only mascot I know in the ACC that drives a motorcycle to the routine. I love that.
He also has a bow tie on his chin. You ever notice that?
Yes, I have noticed that.
It's like attached.
Right I did notice that.
Yeah, you gotta look. It's very funny.
That's right. We love the D.
Yeah, that's right. That's our local ACC team. All right, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.